Peace. I want to talk about tajweed. Um, it's not from the Quran. Um, the so-called recitation or the chanting is not a part of the Quran. It's something that was, I don't know how it came about, but whoever did it was very clever. Um, but I mean, it sounds nice, but if the Prophet was the only one who has received the Quran, right? And if he was illiterate, right? He was ummi, which I did a video, and it does not mean illiterate. The Quran proved that the Prophet could read and write. And if the people who he was sent to was also called ummi in the Quran, then that would mean all of them could not read or write. So how did he have them write down the Quran? So I'm going to show you an example. In proof 36:2, but 1 and 2. I'm not using the word surah. I'm not going to say surah 36 because surah is not a chapter. It does not mean chapter at all. God willing, in the future I'll do a video about surah. But I have to go through the Quran and collect all of the proof, the ayats where the word surah is used, and then be guided. What's going to say? And the ayat is a proof. It's not a verse. I did a video on this before because it's not poetry. The Quran says that itself is not poetry, and that it is, it's not music or singing, so it can't be a verse. So proof 36:1 and 2. I'm gonna show you how if the person was writing the Quran down, how did they write it down? Also with the knowledge of this so-called tajweed. Let me just get into it. Okay. Yasin. And if you was to use the tajweed rule, it would sound like this. Wal Qur'an al-Hakim. Right? Now, we have 5 words in this proof. Right? We have why, which means by, is an oath, because if you see the end of the in the tajweed rules, since the word Quran has a kasra under the noon, it becomes Qur'ani. So with that wa is a wa of oath. It doesn't mean and, it means by, right? So you break it down. You got wa al Quran, right? So what they do here is they incorporated the word al with the word wa, right? So instead of saying wa al Qur'ani, is wal Qur'ani, right? So if the Prophet is saying wal Qur'ani, why are they writing in the physical book wa al Qur'ani, right? Now, after by the Quran, you have the wise, right? Al-Hakim. But they incorporate the noon, which is the end sound in the Quran, with the word the. So it becomes Qur'anil. Qur'anil Hakim instead of Al-Qur'ani Al-Hakim. You see? Another one. I'll go to proof. This is 1, 2, 3, 5. The same proof 36.5, right? I'm gonna do the tajweed, right? And then break it down. تنزيل العزيز الرحيم. Right? Now, we have the word tenzil, which means send down to equip, right? The word tanzil. That would be TAN, right? Now, since the Z and the tanzil is next to the noon, right? Is a noon. Since next to the noon, you gotta make the was it idgham? I think it's called. You incorporate it. No, I think it's idgham. I forgot the name of the rule. But you say 10 without pronouncing the N, without doing the 10, right? So how do they write 10 Z if it was supposedly spoken like 10 Z, right? And right, so it says sent down Tanzil Aziz Rahim, the mighty, the wise, right? Sent down by the mighty, the wise, right? Now, again, you have the word the, which is El Aziz, right? They incorporate that with the word Tanzila, right? So now the word El is not, you won't know that the word the would be there if the Prophet was to say Tanzilal, right? Tanzilal. So they incorporate in the word the, because the is for the word Aziz. But they're incorporating the word the with the word sit down to equip, you know what I mean? Tanzila. Right? Let me see. What's another thing they do? Let me see. Okay. When they like Bismillah, right? Since in the word and bism, right? That mean the M sound has a kasra on it. The kasra makes like an E sound. A duma makes a U sound, and the fatah makes an A sound, right? Now in the name in the word Allah, right? They incorporate the word Bismillah. It says saying Bismi Allah, right? Bismi Allah, or you know what I mean? Now, since they incorporated the meme with the word Allah and take out the word Allah, right? The word Allah becomes what they call I forgot the name, but it becomes la, right? So it's like Bismillah. If it was a Duma, it'd be Bismullah. If it was a Fatah, it would be Bismillah. But since it's a Kasra, it's Bismillah. See, Bismullah, Bismillah. Why? Why is Why does the E makes the lamb a last sound, but the kasra, but the duma and the fatha makes it a loss. You know what I mean? And if they are writing it down, and the prophet can read it right, how can he tell them this is the right? The al separate from it, but when you say it, you don't separate it. You put it all together. You jumbled the words together. But it's a lot of examples all throughout their tajweed rules, like the qalqala, for example. Like you have to like make a letter have an echo sound. For example, excuse me. If the letter, let me see. If the letter is like a qaf, it has to have like an echo sound, like at the end. Like for example, how you like al-haq. Right? Instead of saying al-haq, it gotta be al-haq. You know what I mean? For example, this one's good, full of it. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم. See that echoing sound in that? Like, where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? لم يلد ولم يولد. You see? But I feel in my analysis because when you're a traditional Muslim, that's one thing you're big on. You're not big on actually understanding the reading, the Quran. You're big on how do you chant it. You know what I mean? Who sounds the prettiest? Who could do the rules the best? You know? So that's my thoughts on it. Peace.